Hello guys, welcome to my channel the Free Soul 777. So today I am here to review a bike which is very iconic in Indian market, which is the Yamaha R15 V3. Now before getting into the review of R15 V3, now let me take into some history of Indian motorcycling. Don't worry, it's not a before Christ story, but from 2008. This was the time when people got an option to get into more technology based 4-stroke engines in motorcycles. People started to change their mind from just getting into their regular expectations from motorcycles. Kitna deti hai? What is the fuel economy? That's an Indian thing, right? So those days was the days when Indian two-wheeler motorcycle industry got a lot of 150cc performance-oriented bike to choose from. That was the time when all of a sudden Yamaha came up with a revolutionary motorcycle which came out like an avatar movie. A 150cc motorcycle with whole different looks, a fully faired 150cc motorcycle which looks sporty, feels sporty, and performance was next level with its 150cc liquid cooled engine, which was the first in class, and the engine produces 16.4 bhp at the rate of 8500 rpm and 14.5 newton meters of torque at the rate of 7500 rpm. So I should say Yamaha R15 first model was a motorcycle which redefined the culture of 150cc motorcycles in India back in 2008. As the time progressed, performance-based motorcycles starting like hot selling cakes in India, and with that, competition also got higher and higher. Motorcycle companies gave a lot of new updates to their bikes, and so did Yamaha. Yamaha R15 got its first updated model launched in India in 2014, which was called version 2 or V2. Yamaha R15 version 2 got a lot of changes in its design. Like everyone notices that tail lamp and pillion seat which needed a ladder to get onto the bike. But hey, just kidding guys. Yamaha V2 was yet another hit, and even it got updates in engine and also the overall looks and designs. The performance and handling was increased from its predecessor model. V2 engine produced 16.8 bhp at the rate of 8500 rpm and 15 Nm of torque at the rate of 7500 rpm. So it came along with the BS4 compliant emission standards. So due to the increased demand for powerful 150cc motorcycles due to their top level performance and decent fuel economy, Yamaha again decided to update R15, and that happened in 2019 April. So Yamaha came up with R15 V3, which is right in front of you. So this motorcycle in front of you is not just a regular R15 V3. Yamaha has given a few more updates to make this motorcycle a special edition, and Yamaha calls it Monster Energy MotoGP Limited Edition. There are no mechanical changes in V3, and this motorcycle everything feels the same except some striking sticker works which brings in some more energy and charm to this motorcycle. You can see a lot of V3s out there in the road, right? But in this video I'm gonna feature about one thing, why R15 is so powerful even being a 150cc motorcycle. There are so many 150cc motorcycles in India right now. In 2020 even scooters are coming with 150cc, right? But still, why Yamaha? Yes, R15 V3, which is the current model, has got everything in its engine which could help the R15 take the maximum juice out of its engine. First is the technology. This 155cc engine produces almost 18.6 PS at the rate of 10,000 rpm and almost 15 Nm of torque at the rate of 8500 rpm. For keeping the engine cool at every higher revs, this engine is equipped with the liquid cool technology, and to keep up the better engine refinement and composure at higher and lower rev ranges, this engine gets a VVA, that is variable valve actuation technology. So guys, let me explain VVA in simple words. It just means that two persons are doing the work of one. This 150cc engine has two intake valve cams. One get activated for low to mid-range RPMs and the other for high-range RPMs. So these two valve cams, what they do is they switch between each other at 7400 RPM mark exactly, and ensures a good power and torque throughout the entire rev range. So it simply provides torque for ease of use even at lower RPMs. So it becomes so easy for you to ride this bike even in city conditions. Coupled with that, this engine has got an assisted slipper clutch which makes it even more easy to filter through traffic. And since heating is being managed by liquid cooling technology, there is nothing to worry about heating in any kind of riding conditions. Secondly, I want to tell about the quality of materials used inside this engine. So we know that quality products will last long, right? So this engine features an advanced die-cast aluminum cylinder which offers outstanding cooling performance. And all this mated to a 6-speed gearbox, it becomes a breeze to cruise in R15 V3 on highways. Considering all the above benefits, now you can judge R15's engine is so powerful even being a 155cc engine, right? After power, next comes handling. And for handling, you better know what are the important factors. First is obviously a good chassis, second is suspension, and third is, last but not the least, tires. So first let's go on to the chassis of R15 V3. The chassis of R15 V3 is a delta box frame, and delta is a Greek word which means a triangle. So this delta box frame also gets a triangular characteristics in which the steering head and pivot point is connected in an absolute straight line, which offers perfect handling at higher speeds in a straight line and superior handling in corners. The delta box is made using die-cast aluminium method, and the whole setup of the frame with the aluminium swing arm lends the bike high rigidity and also makes this bike a lightweight fully fed motorcycle with just 142 kgs. The wheelbase is just 1325 mm, and the clip-on handlebars offer a committed seating position to the rider, which gives the rider a complete sporty feel, and all these coupled with the delta box frame gives the rider that inspiring confidence to take any given corners at any time. This also makes the bike super flickable to filter through any traffic situations. The stock R15 V3 gets MRF tires, which is not a perfect companion for the bike's superior handling character, but changing the tires to a soft compound tires will make this bike a complete package. R15 V3 gets a conventional telescopic fork at the front and a link type monocross suspension at the rear. The rear suspension is on the stiffer side and is also not a height adjustable unit. The front suspension is on a softer side as compared to the rear suspension, but in terms of pillion comfort, this suspension can give a hard time to a pillion, especially on a normal country road. The one important benefit of stiffer suspension is that it provides higher stability and handling characteristics to the bike. The seat height is set at 815 mm, and the short riders below 5.3 feet will find it a little bit tough to handle this bike while taking a U-turn or to take this bike from a tight situation, especially because of the short turning radius of this bike. But my friend who owns this bike is 5.2 feet tall, and he says that he loves this bike and is very much happy that he chose a perfect monster for his liking. So in one word, if you can, the bike will serve the purpose for you, but still I will suggest short riders to take a test ride before making a final decision. Along with all the benefits, there is one more very important factor which makes R15 V3 the most fastest 155cc motorcycle. Yes, aerodynamics. The bike is a definition of aerodynamics, and every part of this bike is designed to deflect the wind coming onto it, with its sharp cuts and creases on the front mask, on the side fairings, and even on the fuel tank, and those sharper tail lamp unit. The rider foot pegs is rear set, and with that committed position, the bike makes even the rider to sit in a very aerodynamic position. So that's the level of attention the Yamaha engineers has put on this bike. So guys, as you know, it's not just important for a motorcycles to be the most powerful to attain the highest speeds and the best handling machine to control those speeds. Yes, braking plays a very major role in many situations. It becomes a lifesaver too. The braking duties on Yamaha R15 V3 is being performed by 282 mm disc at the front and 220 mm disc at the rear. The braking units are of bi-brake calipers, which offers dual channel ABS system, which means precise braking even when the bike is speeding up without any lockups. This offers a confident, inspiring ride and let the rider to enjoy the riding skills to the fullest. And finally, to the styling. There is no denying the fact that there are no other motorcycles in 150cc segment which looks so sporty and appealing like a Yamaha R15 V3, especially in a price range which is just under 1.5 lakhs. Especially those LED headlamp units which look so attractive and stunning and blend smoothly onto the overall design. But the light throw is poor at night, and you have to install aftermarket fog lamps to get rid of this issue. The indicators are not LED units like those which I have seen in KTM Dukes, but they serve the purpose and also can protect the side fairings from getting damaged to an extent. Taillight is an LED unit which looks sharp and attractive and serves the purpose of park light as well as brake light. The all-digital meter console has all necessary informations in it. Unlike the old model analog-digital combination console, the new one is an LCD unit which looks modern and displays informations like regular odometer, speedometer, tachometer, clock, a fuel level indicator and a twin trip meters. It also shows real-time mileage, average fuel efficiency and along with a gear position indicator. And coming to the switch gear, on the right hand side you can see an engine kill switch and an ignition button, and the headlight on and off switch has been removed due to the BS6 always headlamp on norms. On the left hand side there is a high beam low beam switch which has also got a pass light function, which is unique feature, but I'm not a big fan of it. You can also see an indicator switch and also switch for horn. The handle grip rubber is also of good quality and provides a decent grip. The mirrors give a good view of what's behind and they are very strong too. R15 V3 has a lot of design cues which has been adopted from its elder sibling R6 and the legendary bike R1. The rear winglet, which is also a grab rail, the grooves on the tank definitely reminds me of the R1 and even the tail light to a certain extent. But the final result is this, a sexy, sporty and appealing machine which will turn a lot of eyeballs, the mighty Yamaha R15 V3. Now to the regular Indian expectation, kitna deti hai? So for those people who are concerned about fuel economy, this bike, even being a performance oriented sports bike, returns a real world mileage of 40 to 43 kilometers in the city and 45 to 48 kilometers on the highway depending on the riding situations. That's a pretty good figure, right? And finally, the most important question, should you buy an R15 V3 in 2020? I have been using this bike for almost 1 week and depending on my experience on this bike, I would simply say a yes, because I am a big fan of sports bike and I'd mostly use my bike for short distance city commutes, occasional long rides and track rides as well. So I believe Yamaha R15 V3 will live up to my expectations. Now try to figure out what kind of a rider you are, and if you decide to ride this Yamaha R15 V3, this machine will simply rev your heart.
Too many thoughts on my mind, I can't sleep at night, so I just keep writing. I don't need no help, I don't need opinions, so don't waste my time then. I just been living online, my city don't show me no love and that's fine.